we're definitely at a moment of transition, a moment where an old media system is dying and a new media system is being born. An era when spectatorial culture is giving way to participatory culture, where a society based on a small number of companies controlling the storytelling apparatus is giving way to a much more complex mediascape where average citizens have the ability to seize control over the media technology and tell their own stories in powerful new ways. If we go back over thousands of years of human history, the most important stories were retold many, many times around the campfire. They belong to the folk. As we moved into the 20th century, those images now belong to major media companies who claim exclusive ownership of it. What we're seeing is in the digital age, as the public begins to take media in its own hands and begins to assert its right to retell those stories, the public are taking media without the permission of copyright holders and innovating, experimenting, recontextualizing, responding to those images in new ways. We take control of the media as it enters our lives, and that's the essence of convergence culture. Convergence culture is a world where every story, every sound, brand, image, relationship plays itself out across the maximum number of media channels. It's shaped as much by the decisions made in teenagers' bedrooms as it is by the decisions made in the Viacom boardroom. So a discussion list online or a Wikipedia function according to collective intelligence, where the group as a whole can put together knowledge in a more complex way than any individual member is capable of doing. We are developing technologies around collective intelligence which allow us to monitor government-produced data in ways that would have been impossible before. We're seeing human rights activists taking videos recorded by torturers and turning them around and using them to call attention to the role of torture around the planet. George Orwell imagined a world where Big Brother was watching us, but we instead, with little cell phone cameras, are watching Big Brother every moment of the day. In a transmedia project, the story or experience is spread across a variety of media platforms, not in a way that's redundant, but rather in a way that's complementary, so that each platform contributes what it does best.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us, even now in this very room.
Popular entertainment so far has been the best at exploiting these core principles. We might look at The Matrix as a story that unfolds across 3 feature films, a dozen animated short subjects, about 20 comic book stories, about 3 video games, and continues to expand as the audience takes it up and creates fan fiction, or fan art, or fan costumes, or fan theater. The advantage a documentary filmmaker has is that we're already depicting a world. The reality is already cross-platform, and the reality is complex enough to allow us to have many different characters or many different stories on many different platforms.
It was a creed written into the founding documents that declared the destiny of a nation. Yes, we can.
So far, the biggest non-fiction success of transmedia storytelling is the Obama campaign. Here we see this political figure, relatively unknown 4 years ago, who exploded on the national scene by exploring every available media platform. Social network spaces like Facebook and MySpace, cell phone technology to connect to the voters. YouTube is a platform for distributing both official video and allowing consumers to produce their own grassroots video.
We will respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can.
A world governed by principles of participatory culture has the potential to be much more diverse than a world controlled by a small number of media producers. As average people develop the ability to tell their stories, we're seeing different perspectives emerge. We're seeing different groups gain representation. We're seeing groups challenge the dominant media images that have been constructed for their lives. And the challenge for those of us caring about social justice issues is to make sure that these tools get in the hands of those people who have been the most oppressed and most dispossessed to get their stories out and get their stories into circulation. As we expand who has the power to tell stories, we have the potential for stories to grab our imagination, to touch our hearts, that come not from the entertainment infrastructure, but from some average citizen out there whose reality's never been depicted on the screen before. And I think that's the real excitement of our present moment of media change.